there comes a point where you're like, okay, yeah, childhood traumas, XYZ. Yes, that is what made you fucked up.
100%.
But we all have a choice to either stay fucked up from it or learn from it, apply it to life, and keep it moving.
And make it a joke.
Correct.
2, 1, action.
Episode says, oh my God. All right. Go ahead.
3, 2, 1, action.
Episode 7. Welcome to Sis Unfiltered. I'm Sam Schweitzer, here to give you advice you never thought you needed and or wanted. And this is
Vicki Schweitzer. I gotta work on my intro.
Little Sis.
Little Sis, I'm here. I made it.
Welcome to episode 7. Let's do this.
It's been a rodeo.
It has. Today's going to be fun, though. Today is Q&A.
Love a good Q&A.
How was Texas?
I left my soul out there. I came back, got sick. We were bounced back. It was so much fun. It was a great experience. Rodeo, watching bull riding and bronco riding, and then a Chris Stapleton concert.
Okay. That sounds like so much fun.
It was everything I dreamed of. I'm starting my horseback riding lessons in a few weeks.
So you saved a cowboy and rode a horse.
Correct. Funny you said that. I told Catherine to put that as one of her pictures, that as a caption. She was like, I can't do that. That sounds like something you would put.
That's hilarious. Well, I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah. You know, I left it all out on the dance floor.
You did get stuck in San Antonio for 4 or 5 hours because of a tornado, though.
Like, at that point, wheels were out, 10 minutes out from landing. Land the fucking plane. Like, I won't die. I promise I'll make it out alive. Just land it. They were like, airport closed. We're diverting. I sat on a tarmac for 3 hours in San Antonio. They opened the doors. Pretty sure that's illegal. They shut the plane off.
And I'm confused why they don't let people go out and, like, stretch their legs and get some fresh air, though.
I feel like it's like herding cats when you have, like, rabid people. Like,
yeah, I guess like security and safety purposes.
Yeah, like I feel like there's so many other things that they could be worried about. But like, I'm over here, I was dying of hunger. This poor guy next to me, I was like, he opened a bag of Cheez-Its, and I was just stared at him. He goes, do you want them? And I was like, please. Please help me. I was like, I'll pay you. He was like, no.
That's hilarious. Well, good. I'm glad you had a good safe trip.
Safe trip, fun trip.
You were missed.
Appreciate it. Miss y'all.
I experienced boxing for the first time in my life yesterday.
How'd it go?
I am so sore. My hands are sore, my arms are sore, my traps are sore, my core is sore. I was so, I'm a lover, not a fighter anymore.
I know.
So I was expecting me to float like a butterfly and not sting like a bee.
But you were stinging?
I stung like a bee and did not float like a butterfly.
So you were a hornet's nest?
I was. But it was a great experience. Great workout.
I love that. I love that we're trying new things.
You have to in life.
100%. Like, we're at the age of, like, follow your dreams,
I never thought that
boxing
was a dream. But just trying something new. Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you. I was a little nervous beforehand, but a little nervous is, it's healthy.
Nervous and excitement are the same neuro. I'm trying to sound scientific.
I say that all the time.
So you just have to change your thought process.
No, 1,000%. But it was great. I'm just like sore. It was a great workout, though. We had so much fun, though. Michelle and I were laughing so hard.
I love that. I do have to tell you that I met a lot of great people in Texas.
Yeah.
And they were like, so what do you do for work? And I'm like, what pays my bills or what do I actually do? They were like, weird question. Both. And I'm like, oh, I'm an operations manager, blah, 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 blah. I go, but I also have a podcast.
Okay, so you were plugging it.
I'm plugging Sis Unfiltered in Houston, Texas. This one kid was like, you and your sister have a podcast? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, what do you girls talk about? I've straight up brought up clips.
Okay.
I opened our Instagram.
What was their feedback?
He goes, this is the fucking funniest thing I've ever watched. He goes, I was like expecting you guys to talk about like clothes or nails or something like that. And I was like, with the trauma we have, you thought that's what we were bringing to the table?
We're here to unpack.
told you, a lot of young bucks.
Yeah.
This 33-year-old body got a lot of 23 and 24
And
year
I
olds.
love that for you.
You know what?
Because sometimes you got to look in the mirror and you got to remind yourself exactly who the fuck you are.
You know what, sis?
And age is just a number. Also coming from somebody who's 38, and the other day at the salon was like, Feeks, I didn't even tell you this, and I'm not going down a rabbit hole with myself. I'm just going to book an appointment to take care of it. But someone was looking at sis and was like, oh my God, you look so different. And, you know, Vic did the whole thing like, I think you think that I'm my sister, this and that. She's like,
it's not funny anymore. Thanks, guys.
And she was like, no, I think you're my friend. And Vic was like, Sam? And she goes, I don't know. I think that's her name. Vic goes, you said she was your friend. You don't even know her name? She was like, no, but you guys, oh my God, you look so similar. I thought like this is what you look like with your hair down and you got some Botox. Okay. You know what? I ain't going to name drop, but duly noted. And I'll make an appointment because I am overdue.
And I'm fresh out. I'm 2 weeks out.
I know. And you're just over here glowing. I'm over here.
She was like, you put some highlights in your hair and got some Botox? I go, I did do both of them. Still 2 different people.
Yeah, I'm over here. I walk in right after the conversation looking like a troll that crawled under a bridge. And I'm like, good morning. Single mom that works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops.
But, love that for you. But the kid that I was showing our,
yeah, sorry.
It's okay. Our Instagram too and our podcast too. The poor kid, 24. Name Ryan. Shout out Rye. I hope you watch this. Poor kid got into like a 5-hour conversation with me.
Okay.
Digging deep on his life. And I was like, we need to go through your traumas, babe.
Once he found out it wasn't about nails and clothes, he was like, perfect.
Yeah. I was like, we're gonna step into my office. Tell me about your mother, your father, your childhood. Okay?
What was your pet's name growing up?
100%.
Well, I want it all.
I want it all. And he was like, I usually don't open up like this. And I was like, it's a gift, but we're going to unpack it. And you're going to be the best version you can be coming out of this. Please know I did get a text the next day saying he appreciated all of my time.
Oh, you guys exchanged numbers.
Well, yeah, I wanted to make sure he was okay.
Wait, I love that, sis. You really took on Houston.
Well, no, it was more like, call me if you need me.
One of those hotlines.
Yeah, like, if you feel the urge to do something, call me first.
You do respond like a first responder.
I do, all the time.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. The prince. Sis met a prince in Nashville on Broadway at Kid Rock's bar. Go figure. I told you, Kid Rock's bar is where dreams are made of. That is one of my hands down. We're doing Q&A. One of the questions is like, what do you do when you're overwhelmed? I run to Nashville for 4 days and just go feral. Don't know where my phone is. Don't answer my phone. And it is a rinse and repeat of just going out and drinking and then sleeping, eating, showering, and starting it again. When I get off that flight back on like a Sunday from Nashville, I sleep for about 14 hours. My soul then rises up out of bed and I'm like, who is she? She is back. Because I'm a firm believer. I love a good routine. Especially as, like, I get older, yes, I love, like, I know what to expect in a routine. But sometimes, you just gotta shake it up.
100%. I gotta be honest with you. I think in my time in Houston, I went harder in Houston than I did in Nashville.
Really?
I don't know what came over me. I don't know if it was
You had it.
You
had it. Usually, like, when you have those moments of being like, oh my God, what am I doing right now? It's just a moment of you had it. And you know what? Everyone deserves, as long as it's like safe and fun
100%.
and you're not like throwing out you know, all of your morals and values, but like, yo, to tie one on
And like
sing, dance, or try to dance, and like just not have it, like shutting off like the worries of a world. People are like, aren't you escaping? No, no, no. I'm literally putting a pause, and my wheels are always churning, and like my normal routine and work and this and making sure all of my responsibilities are taken care of. As people, you gotta respond to the inner child.
100%. I just like, well, one, you know I'm a chatty Cathy when I go out. I love meeting new people, and like not even getting, the one kid was like, I'm trying to hit on you and you're giving me therapy. And I was like, because I want to know about you. I don't want you. I don't, what are you talking about? Get away. Ew.
Like, you live in Texas.
Correct.
I'm in New York.
Correct.
Can it work? Sure. Not saying no to long distance relationships,
But,
but
like,
again, we'll get into the questions. I put long distance relationships as a comparison to a situationship. They're great, but there comes a point where like, what do we?
100%. Well, like, you know, I thrive in long distance relationships because it's a fear of commitment, but like also have someone to call.
She's a 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of girly. But you
like,
know what? I give
like,
it to
I'm
you
loyal.
for own it. Yeah,
I'm loyal. It's just like over there. Stay over there. Like, I'm the most loyal, not committed person you'll ever fucking meet. Oxymoron, jumbo shrimp over here. Like, what?
That's hilarious. You've always been like that, though.
Always.
That's why I was shocked when you were like, I'm getting engaged. I was like, oh, God.
She's committing?
She's committing.
To that one.
To that. Okay. Okay. Tell me you're going through something without telling me you're going through something. We decided to commit to that thing. Okay.
Wasn't the prime time of my life. And now I just give free therapy sessions at the bar. And they were like, how do you know all this? And I was like, I've been through life. Also, like, I'm healing, not healed.
Well, you know what I can appreciate, because like I try to give like wisdom and knowledge, because I do think that like as people, we all live many different lives. We all have different perspectives of like what reality is based off of what we've been through, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm reading a book. I really wish I could remember the title of it right now, but I started reading a book, and one of the lines was like, it was closer to the beginning, and I was like, oh, this just grabbed my full attention because it is so true. It's like, you can be fucked up from, but then as time goes on, you're making the choice to either still use it as a platform
100%.
or still choose to be fucked up from it. Like, there comes a point where you're like, okay, yeah, childhood traumas, XYZ. Yes, that is what made you fucked up.
100%.
But we all have a choice to either stay fucked up from it or learn from it, apply it to life, and keep it moving.
And make it a joke.
Correct.
Because I am a solid person to make a trauma a joke any day of the week.
Well, that's because you don't use your trauma to manipulate someone for feeling sorry for you.
No.
Or selling a story.
No, the poor
Like,
one of the poor kids that, because like I did it to like multiple children, not children, they were like 25, but like I've gotten so many back histories. I was like, okay, so what I need you to work on once we leave here is your mommy issues, your daddy issues, and like you have to learn to like yourself. You don't like yourself right now. And he was like, okay. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I made 2 grown-ass men cry at a bar. And I'm so sorry, but I hope it was healing for you.
The next day, he called his Aunt Kathy that he hasn't talked to in over a decade and was like, we really need to sort this.
Like, the poor kid, and he did have a really rough childhood. Like, it did break my heart. But, like, and I even said that to him, and I was like, I understand where you're at in that, like, life right now. Like, with everything, because I'm not going to put his shit on blast. But, like, where you're at, like, I understand where you are, but like you're at a crossroads, bud. Like
Right.
you're at a crossroads. You can continue this life path that you're doing right now that's literally destruction and you're your own worst enemy.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, or you grow from it, like you're already successful. You are now defining your success and who you why you like yourself and the money you've made and the things you have.
Yep.
And like what your appearance, instead of like looking in the mirror and being like, I'm a good person, I'm this, I'm that, and like affirmation. So like I need you to change your mindset, because if you lose everything today, you're 25, you can build all of this back up, but you can't do it if you don't like yourself. You're still not going to like yourself.
Well, yeah, it goes back to like what we talked about that other episode where it's like your thoughts are literally your reality.
100%.
You want something negative to happen or you have a negative look on everything, guess what? Everything you see is going to be negative.
100%.
Vice versa with positive.
100%. And I'm going to leave this conversation in Houston with everyone I talk to. I hope you're listening and I hope you grow from everything we've talked about.
Shout out to Houston.
Shout out to Houston, and I apologize. I sprinkled all of my therapy sessions through them all.
No, but we're gonna segue.
Yep.
Because you were out and about. Different city vibes.
Correct. I'm gonna be hitting my vape through this because I don't know what's going on.
That's okay.
Okay.
I did wake you up abruptly to say, we're doing a podcast. Okay. We'll do two. So at a bar, what is the best way for someone to approach you, and like a male to approach you in the best possible way for you to not be like getting the ick?
Oh, I'm a toughie. I'm a toughie. Usually, you have to approach softly, cautiously.
Yep.
If you're not reading my body language, because they can turn into like, get the fuck away from me real quick. Throw out a joke. I'm a really big, like, make me laugh kind of girly.
Right.
If you can make me laugh and call me pretty, all in one encompassing thing,
Yep.
without being weird.
Yep.
Okay, you got swag.
Yeah, like don't bring it to like something sexual right off the jump. That's how you lose me in under like 5 seconds.
100%. You'll literally be like, you're a predator.
Yeah.
I'm calling stranger danger. I'm throwing the flag. Where's my sissy? Like,
I would straight up look at him and be like, get away from me.
You have. You've literally have.
Now, what about, okay, you've known somebody.
Yep.
Right? You know of each other. You may frequent, circle in the same like group of people, but like you've known them now where they're not, they're a safe person of like, you're not going to.
We're not getting kidnapped.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So I'm in a safe zone.
Yep. Question: what is the best way to approach / show someone you are interested in them?
I don't know. I'm not really good at reading the room that way.
I know, because you get so nervous.
I get so nervous and so awkward. So like someone could be like, the kid was like, it's really hard to hit on you. And I was like, I didn't even know you were trying. Like, I'm not very good at that.
Mm-hmm.
Or you'll be like, Vic, he likes you. And I'm like, no, he doesn't. You're like, he's literally, there's drool coming out of his mouth. So like, I don't read the room very well. I think everybody just wants to be my friend.
Yeah.
So you may need to take that question over.
Well, I think like someone in like a serious, like, the person and they're like genuinely trying to get to know you more and see where the relationship goes. I'm at the point in my life where it's like, just come to me with, I think, courting.
Yes.
Like there's a level of courting and a level of like communication in a sense of being like, hey, I know that we've known each other for this amount of time. I really think that like you and I can be compatible. What do you think about it? I think that's like somebody's safest bet of like, it's not always like gestures is going to create that person to like you more, but like showing interest is like straight up like communicate. And I think females need more communication when it comes to that, especially when we're in like our daily like life and routine or haven't dated in a serious long-term relationship for a while.
Correct.
I think that like women thrive more off of, this is a male who asked the question, so I'm coming from a woman's perspective.
Okay.
I think females need more of that emotional communication.
I do agree with that, because I'm the type of person that, like, if you want to tell me that, like, you're interested in me, you would like to take me out on a date, I will not read the room until you look at me and you're like, Vicky, I find you super pretty. I find you funny. You gotta compliment me on so many different levels.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy your presence. I would love to take you out on a date.
Correct.
Right? You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, you have to lay it out for me, because if you don't lay it out for me, we're homies.
Right.
And I will treat you like such.
Well, and when someone does show a vulnerability like that, especially a male to a female shows that type of vulnerability, you have to honor it and address it in the proper way too.
100%. And, like, showing, because that's vulnerable and confident all in the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It, even if I didn't even think about you in that way,
Yep.
it'll flip a switch. Like, wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I'll try it out.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Unless it's someone that I'm like, yeah, absolutely not. Like, I would be like, I appreciate that so much.
Mm-hmm.
We are just really good as friends.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, but that's a great conversation to have. It's a mature conversation to have. It's not about, like, like you said, the huge gestures. Like, do I love me some flowers? We can go back to that. Absolutely. But, like, not yet. Have that conversation before doing
Well,
that,
and
'cause I don't-
flowers isn't going to make you like the person
Correct.
more in a sense of looking at it from a relationship standpoint. Those are
Correct.
two different types of mindsets in relationships. Of, like, one, an acquaintance that's, like, super nice to you and does grand gestures like that.
Correct.
You can't force somebody to want a relationship vibe if they both don't feel that chemistry.
Correct.
I'm also at the point too where, like, I'm down for shooting my shot.
Okay, sis.
Yeah, like, I am. I'm okay with, like, a I guess I'll call it, like, a rejection thing. Like, I've also, like, my daily affirmations are, like, I'm not for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if I shoot my shot and someone doesn't want it, okay, cool. I'm not gonna think anything, like, less or more of myself for that person.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
100%. I agree with that.
So, I think huge communication in that sense.
Absolutely. And vulnerability.
1,000%. Because someone that can show vulnerability,
Gets me every time. Well, like, in vulnerability, especially in a man, and I already said that, and this is coming from a female perspective, because a lot of men don't show vulnerability because I feel like they think it's weak and it's insecure, when it's, like, from a woman's perspective, is the complete opposite.
mm-hmm.
It is, you are confident in yourself and you are confident in me to be vulnerable.
Yep.
And, like, especially me, I mean, you can't, this isn't a blanket statement, because some women don't like
Yep.
it, but especially for me, like, if you show vulnerability, you have so much more respect than I've already held from you.
Right. I agree.
Until you hit a point and start crying about everything, and then I'm scared. But we don't have to go into that.
Okay. What are some red flags you should look out when dating a guy?
Every single person I've ever dated, go back to them.
What's your main thing, though? Like, that's, like, could be triggering. I got one right off the top of my head. Right off the jump.
Go ahead.
If I'm seriously talking to a guy, we're in, like, that talking stage.
Which I
One
hate.
of these episodes, we got to break down, like, the stages of dating, because I find it hilarious, like, being 38 and being, like, in my head being like, do I have a crush on him? Like,
Well,
I'm 38. Can you
I
have
actually
crushes? Can you have crushes? Like, grow up. You should be married with 3 kids by now. What are you doing? You're over here like, oh, he's cute. I think I got a crush. What?
I just sent a meme to Shannon, and it was like, it's so weird being 33, sending a text message to your married friends is like, I have a new crush.
Right? Like, how am I 38 going through a talking stage? Like,
Like,
we're about to
embarrassing.
die. We're about to die.
Like, I'm hitting my midlife crisis and I'm crushing hard over here. Stop it. Enough. Embarrassing. Go.
And then I'm like, age is just a number. Well, you're at the second half of life. How long are we going to talk for? Okay, so red flags right off the jump. If I'm dating a guy, oh, and I hate to say this, but this is me just being completely honest.
Your
Because it's
sneaker.
gonna sound, oh, sneakers. We wouldn't even make it to the date if I didn't like the sneakers. But this is gonna be like, I don't know if I've ever actually said this out loud,
Go
but
ahead.
it's triggering to me.
Okay.
Like dating a guy and the phone is down.
Like face down.
Oh, it is, and I hate to admit it because that is like screaming my insecurity. Like, but we all have them, and it's very triggering to me because I think I've been in so many relationships where there was like, I didn't even realize that I was in a polygamy relationship.
I didn't get the memo.
I did not get the memo that we were in an open relationship. But it's the phone down.
Okay.
And like I'm like not embarrassed to admit it because no embarrassing moments here.
No.
But
No judgment
phone
either.
down gets my wheels churning too hard. Like when you're dating a guy and they go like a little silent, this and that, like that's normal for a man to like, they gotta recharge. Men are like tidal waves sometimes. Like, yo, they'll come in with like high emotion, they'll be there, and then they need almost to feel safe in that like reprieve of like the waves going back, right? So they like retreat to themselves.
Right, but that's
like
also unhealed, but go on.
it is, but it isn't because it also comes from a place of like, I'm okay saying that, like, me being like, yo, I need alone time to my friends, to the person I'm like dating. That's just me to like recharge my batteries and like be in tune, get back on track with like myself.
Yep.
So like I take those, and now I'm not saying like a week he doesn't speak to you. That's not what I'm saying. But like moments of like every person in a relationship, and I think it's more like maturity at that point, and you get to a certain point where it's like, no, everyone kind of needs like their own little like alone time, or
Okay.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's how I view it as, like, because I am a person that needs like little bit of solitude just to like be in my own presence and like do my own self checks, cuz like I do think that like as you get older, yes, life gets simpler in a sense of like you don't entertain a lot of bullshit and care what anyone's really doing anymore, but like also too, your responsibilities get a little bit, there's few of them,
Yep.
but like they're actually pretty intense.
No. I agree.
So that's the phone down though. It's hard for me to admit that, but I'll be honest with you. If I'm dating a guy and like that phone is constantly down, is I hate to use the word red flag, but like red flag to me.
That's so funny because one, I always have my
I know,
I
don't look at it as like
this is always, and I do it because I don't want to scratch my camera because sometimes, and it's literally just it sits better this way.
yeah,
You know what I
no,
mean? So
get
like
it.
it's so funny you say that, but no, I see
It's
the
just
backstory, right?
You
Like
know-
I see the back thought process.
Yeah, because then it kind of is like, well, my phone's always faced up, right?
With a scratch camera.
But like, you could go and like tap my phone to see what time it is, or like open my phone and like have at it,
100%.
So I don't know. That's just like my one. What's your red flag? On
Okay.
social media, I think, because like, yeah, so like then there's others.
We have to repeat it. These won't pick up Feeks' voice.
Oh, Feek said one of her red flags is guys that like all the female social media,
Yeah.
right? And like I do think that the red flags are different for everyone because it's a experience that they went through that triggers them in a sense.
100%.
So like I could see that because social media platform, the relationships are displayed on them.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely. I thoroughly, the way I date is basically walking into a circus. So I love a good red flag. I see a red flag and I'm like, ooh, let me see if I can fix that. Fucking idiot. But I would say probably one of my red flags that I really won't entertain, and I'm gonna sound like a spoiled brat, is when I'm speaking to you and you don't look at me, or like you're not listening to me. I want your full
Oh, yeah.
But like, and even if I'm saying something stupid, I don't care. Like, I don't care if I'm like, oh my gosh, did you see the blue jay or whatever?
Right.
Look at me when I talk to you. My voice is projecting. Eyes on me. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. I'm speaking. I need head up over.
Okay, so it's attention.
Yeah, give me attention.
Okay.
Because I do that. I would do that to you. And this is definitely in the beginning. I obviously, like, if we're dating,
right,
like, I understand you can multitask, but
Yep.
most men can't multitask, so like, focus.
Mm-hmm. No, I can see that.
And if I have to repeat myself because you weren't listening to me, please.
Well,
leave.
I think like attention, I think there's like, when it comes to attention for like me, it's like if we're out to dinner or we're eating a meal together and we're having that like that moment, that hour
Mhm.
of sitting with each other, I think phone's away.
Well,
Unless we're bringing in the phone to show something in conversation.
Yes.
But other than that, like, let's get this out of the way of just one-on-one conversation, and then you can be distracted and do whatever. But
100%.
I think there has to be like a balance of like
100,
attention.
100%.
Okay. At a certain age, how do you feel about a situationship?
So it can go two ways, in my opinion.
Okay.
But they both, there's like a fork in the road, but they'll always end up on the same road.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting in a situationship because you have commitment issues?
Right.
Right? Or are you down to have a situationship because that's like the only capacity you can like have?
Yeah, that's like your need or want is like, I don't want a full-blown relationship. I want a companionship every once in a while, or...
Correct.
Right.
But I think both are slippery roads because at a certain point, even though you say, I won't have emotions towards it, at a certain point, emotions will always get involved and your feelings will always get hurt. One person's feelings will always get hurt, even if you set strict boundaries.
1,000%.
In my opinion.
I agree.
In my opinion.
I
so,
agree.
like, I can see it. Like, I understand the concept of it, and it's a great concept, right? Like, especially if that's something you need in life. I get that. But at some point, one person's feelings are going to get hurt because they're going to want a little more.
Yes.
Whether it may not be a full-blown relationship, but it may be a little more. And especially when life hits you, right? Like, so like you're in a situationship and I'm bringing it very extreme, but like a parent gets like cancer, right?
Yep.
Or like a parent has a heart attack and there's an emergency, right? Well, you're talking to this person, but they're a situationship. Do you call them for emotional support?
Right.
So like that, like, you know what I mean? Like that's technically not in their job description.
And then if you call them for emotional support, well, now we're more than a situationship.
Correct.
Right?
So
like now,
so
you are in a relationship.
Correct. So you're in a relationship with no title, which is then it's just like you have commitment issues, you have title issues, which is then something that you probably should just like dig deep into because you're in a relationship, or one of you is sleeping with multiple people and now your feelings are going to get hurt because okay, they were there. They were there for you. They answered. They talked you through. They came to the hospital. Love that for you.
Yep.
But then you find out that they're sleeping with someone else. Now your feelings are hurt.
Correct.
So like I again love the concept.
Yep.
Life is going to hit you. Your feelings are going to get hurt.
It always, the idea is there. The idea is there, but it always catches up.
100%.
Somebody's going to catch the feeling. Someone's going to, Yeah, life happens.
Correct. It's not a perfect world.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you can't have a perfect situationship. And
it won't last forever.
No. And, like, I mean, if you put a timeline on it, okay, we're a situationship for 3 months. And then get the hell out of there, and that's your boundary? Okay, I love that for you. Like, you can do that.
I cannot.
I cannot.
I'd be stalking the socials so hard.
Ooh.
After that 3-month expiration, I'd be like,
I'd round up every single one of my car's friends and just do circles around their house.
Stalking mode. Sis loves a good stalk.
I do. There was a minute there where I was just like, Feeks, can I borrow your car for a second? She's like, yeah, got you. Samantha would call me and be like, what are you doing? I'm like, just driving.
I knew it was bad when you would grab snacks in Starbucks. I'm like, oh, she's going to be out for at least a 4-hour stalking trip. It got to one point, like, this is like...
I would bring back lunch from, like, Buffalo. And you were like, what the fuck is happening?
Well, there was, like, one point you go out for so long that, like, oh, this is like over. This is like probably
6-7 years ago.
No, I was gonna put it at like 8.
Okay.
I was gonna put it like 8, closer to a decade. But there was
2017, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. I'm not crazy anymore, guys.
Yeah, there was a point where you'd be out for so long that Feeks and I would send you destinations while you're out. Can you go swing by?
I'm like, gotcha. No problem. That was the reason why we all have our...
I peep your location and be like, ooh, she's over on that side of town. While you're over there, can you go swing by fucking so-and-so's house who I've been talking to since high school? See where he's at.
Yeah, I got you. And I would just take people's cars.
You would. You would.
If you have tint, call me.
Remember the stakeout?
That was a good one. We were all involved in that.
We were all involved. We were all in the neighborhood, and we all failed. We stuck. We did a stakeout so that, like, when the person left the house, I feel like we could have gone to jail for this, but
yeah, we probably shouldn't be mentioning it on.
We blocked
the
all
internet.
the exits and entrances to the neighborhood, so if they moved, one of us would see it.
But, like, we let cards go. We let cards go.
Yeah, and I started panicking once the neighbor was staring at me out their window, and I was like, I gotta abort.
I also want to make it known that, like...
And it was during COVID. Nothing was going on. Everything was closed. Let us live. This was our source of entertainment.
100%.
We called it FBI. Some call it stalking. We called it a game of FBI.
FBI cat and mouse. It was fun.
It was fun.
I had a police jacket. Go on. I had fun. And, like, mind you, I didn't creep on just one person. Like, I creep for other people.
Correct.
Like, I want to make it very known that, like, I'm not an individual stalker. I stalked for other people.
Well,
it was actually a very good business plan.
The next question, I was going to bring it to this one, but I think I need to bring it down to this one for the next one, just as a great segue.
Okay.
What is your most unhinged moment in your life? I wouldn't even put that as one of my most unhinged.
Me either, because
it was COVID. Everything was closed. It gave us something to do. What was that? I may have hid behind shrubs and peeked in just to see the layout.
You did. Here's the thing. I never got out of my vehicle. You keep it moving at all times. You take different entrances. You leave different. Samantha parked her car.
Yeah, I did. I parked my car. I got out. I was like, I'm pretending like I live here. Anywho's.
She grabbed her purse and walked up. Looked.
Because if you go with confidence, always.
I agree.
Any walking into a place, go with confidence. Go like you own the place. Go like they invited you. It'll never go wrong.
Do you know how many, like, at concerts, like, when I lived in Nashville, how many concerts I got into VIP because I just, like, walked up and, like, the, like, security guard taking, like, things.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, oh my God, I left blah, 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 and just, like, walked in, and he's like, go ahead. And I'm like, thank you. Yeah, you just gotta act like you, like, own it, confident.
You literally act.
You know them.
You act like you got invited.
100%. If you go with a generic name or like, babe, you just scream. They're like, hey.
Yeah. I love that move.
Yeah, 100%.
But what do you think one of your most unhinged moments in life this person has? In life.
I don't know. I usually have a decent manic moments once a week.
No, like unhinged. Like mine's probably like where I'm talking like probably 15 years ago was my most unhinged moment in my life.
What's yours? Because I have like a few of them that are like racking my brain, but I want to know what direction you're taking and see if I'm gonna.
Well, mine was over 15 years ago. Paint a picture. I'm at a house party.
Okay.
On Webster Ave.
Okay.
In the city.
Yeah.
Just to paint a picture. I always knew how the party was going to go based off the baseboards in the house. So if the baseboards were kind of like wonky, I'm like, this party's about to be lit as hell.
Okay.
Okay. Had a time. Okay.
Yep.
Vibes were up. Music was bumping. It was great.
Amazing.
There was this one girl that her and I did not get along, but like I mind my business. Like I've always been like, yo, you don't mess with me, I don't mess with you.
Okay.
Okay. She was at this party and like got really mean. She called me fat.
Triggered.
She called me fucking fat and I had it.
Yeah.
Because she would randomly pick on me and I was like, yo, I leave you alone. I don't like the way you carry yourself, but I also leave you alone.
Correct.
Leave me alone.
Correct.
And at that time, apparently I couldn't take truth. I was chubby. That's okay. So she was outside and I saw her out there like just being obnoxious. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There was construction going on that like construction signs going on in the street for like potholes and stuff like that. So there was like one of those stop signs that like wasn't in the ground, but it was like propped up. I picked the stop sign up as she was laughing and I beat the shit out of her with the
Jesus Christ. Jeez. That's
then felt bad.
Says we have committed so many crimes on this podcast.
I felt bad. I did feel bad because then she was like bleeding.
Yes.
So then I drove her to the hospital, dropped her off in the emergency room, and told her about herself the entire way. I said, you're not going to speak to me like that, and you're not going to mess with me anymore. And this is it. I'm helping you right now because this is who I am as a person, but you got to stop making fun of me.
She like, okay.
No. She was like, girl, you crazy. I was like, yeah, I am. So that was one of my most unhinged moments.
Okay. Probably one of my most unhinged moments.
Like, I lost it. I lost it.
You did.
Mm-hmm. But I came back. That was 15 years ago.
Yeah, no, we bounced back.
Maybe closer to 17.
Yeah, we bounced back.
Water under the bridge.
100%. This is like 2014-ish.
Okay.
2015.
Okay.
And my Nashville time was mostly all unhinged moments.
Sure, I could see that.
Yeah, just like good, bad, ugly.
Okay.
Okay. I was driving on 65 South, which is a highway. It's 70 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I have my ex in the car. And he said something stupid. Because he was stupid. Oh, he was. And I pulled to the shoulder. I dropped the speed to about 30.
Okay.
Straight up kicked him out of the car. I made him walk.
And did you stop the car completely?
No.
Or make him body roll out?
No, I made him body roll out. And then continued to go to my friend's kid's second birthday party.
And they're like, hey, where's Nick?
Yeah, straight up. I'm like, he's home, I think. Or dead on the side of the road. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Happy birthday! Because I was the crown face.
It's like Thomas the Train theme.
It was Princess.
Yeah.
It was a little 2-year-old
But
girl.
it's like, it happens.
Oh,
Unhinged moments happen.
100%.
I haven't had like a crazy unhinged moment. I mean, like, I'll get like emotional here and there, but like nothing where like I would force harm. Like right now, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Like I don't have the energy to do all that.
I'm just tired now.
That was a lot. That was a lot of substances involved in that decision making of beating that girl with that stop sign.
But like also in my defense, like he could have not got out of the car.
Oh, 1,000%.
You know what I mean? Like he chose. Like I understand I was screaming
Mm-hmm.
and like get the fuck out of my car, right? Like I get I was screaming, but like he also had about 100 pounds on me. Like
Yeah, but you know what the thing with him was?
Mhm.
He got out of the car so that he then could play the role of victim.
100%, and
Right?
I allowed
Yeah,
I
like-
allowed him to play victim a lot of times on so many things. Like he was so wrong, but then I doubled down on his wrongness on my reaction. That then he always backed up and was like, "See, you're crazy."
Right.
And then it was like it was the cycle, which is a very toxic cycle, and
Yep.
like that is not a great relationship if you like obviously look, and if you're in it, please reevaluate. Is like they do something wrong, you double down on it, and then they play victim, and then you think you're crazy because of your reaction. And
Right.
like, did I overreact?
Right.
Like you will, and I allowed myself to overreact. I allowed myself to get to that point where like now I would be like, I ain't got time for any of this.
Right.
Like I'm not even gonna get to that point, right? But yeah, I kicked a man out of my car going about 35 and then took off.
I beat a girl with the stop sign that called me fat and drove her to the hospital.
And then I met him home. I'm like, how'd you get home? He was like, I called an Uber. And I'm like, an Uber stops on 65 South. Like, honestly, that's cool.
Okay, next question we'll get into then. After telling our unhinged moments.
Yep.
How do you handle when people talk bad about you behind your back?
Would you like unhealed or healed?
You know, when it comes to something like this, it sounds like if someone were to call me fat today,
You won't beat him over the
I won't, like, I would not be phased. I really wouldn't. Like, same thing with, like, that woman that was like,
You need
oh my
both.
God, I thought you got Botox and your hair dyed. Like, okay, duly noted. Like me, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm so ugly. Oh my gosh, I need to go do this. In my head, I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm due for a little Botox now. Duly noted. Okay. I don't like hold it against. You can't take opinions from people you would never want your life to look like theirs do. And I gotta be honest, we live in a world where I don't want my life to look like a lot of people that I've like see on a regular basis.
100.
Deep down. You know what I mean? Like no one's really given me like, yeah, I'm gonna
Like,
take advice from you.
100%. Well, like now I'd like laugh it off and be like, if that's how you truly feel. What was it? I heard through the grapevine Feeks was talking shit about me. I pulled up to her house. I was like, you want to say it to my motherfucking face? She was like, V, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah.
It did get misconstrued.
And I straight up pulled up to Feeks' house and I was like, you want to talk shit? Talk shit to me. And she was like, wasn't me. And I was like, I apologize.
Well, I think you reach a point too where you're like, if someone can like, whether they're talking good, bad, or indifferent, you take it as like, okay, well, I'm relevant then in your life.
100%.
Got it.
Now at this point, like if I'm like, someone was like, oh my gosh, did you hear that blah, blah, blah said this about you? And I'd be like, it's probably true. Like, okay, I love that that's her truth.
If that's what, yeah,
Like,
if that's your perspective of the situation, have it.
Because like one, I know who I am. 2, I know what I've done. And like 3, your opinion literally means nothing to my, like, I'm not joining your search party if you go missing. So I don't give a shit about your,
That's always my go-to.
Right?
In my head, I'm like, will my life change if this person is dead or alive?
Correct.
No.
Okay. I don't give a shit about your opinion, right? Like you go missing, I'm not even double tapping and liking the post that you're missing. So like
wouldn't even donate to your GoFundMe. I gotta be honest.
So, like, your opinion means nothing to me. Now, if my heart's gonna skip a beat and I start the search party, yeah, I'm gonna
Sure.
talk about it. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
that hurt my feelings. But, like, if you ain't on that,
Well, it just starts, you get to a point where, like, again, you just start putting energy into, like, people, places, and things that actually impact your life.
absolutely.
So a random person telling me that I need Botox, like,
Correct.
okay,
Okay.
all right.
And you probably need Jesus, okay?
But no, and again, it's easier said than done.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, it is, but it's also like, what is the source? What opinion of the source is coming from?
Well, and, like, I'm also, like, someone who's like, Vicky, you're a bitch. I'm like, no shit. Like, I know that.
Knowing
I've
yourself.
Yeah.
So, like, if someone does bring it up, like, oh, Samantha, you're chubby. Yeah, no shit.
I like to eat.
Yeah.
You
Like,
want to hear what was on my menu today? Like,
right.
you're welcome. I also work out.
Right.
I also love God. You want all my attributes?
Exactly.
Like,
That's what runs through my head.
100%.
Like, you know, it's
100%. I'm also funny too. Go
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
yeah.
Go on.
Where was the other one?
Who's on the tab?
Nope, did that one. Oh, well, this one's a good segue for this. How do you forgive yourself for mistakes you've made in the past? That's just like learning from those mistakes.
100%. Don't do it again.
You know, taking accountability for them. I also think that people, places, and things, when you do accept your mistakes, when you do show accountability from, sometimes people, places, and things, you need to leave them there.
Yes.
You know, you're gonna have some people that are around the time where you were making those wrong mistakes and you both like grow. Like we've talked about this before. Like it's not a chasing game, because we don't chase, we attract.
Correct.
But like when you surround yourself with people that are growing from the mistakes that they've had, usually everyone at their own pace, one will move a little bit further, then the next person will come up behind, and like you vibe with them in a sense of like growth, in a sense.
Yep.
Those are the people you can like keep around after making like a huge mistake. But keeping a hold of your mistake and identifying who you are as a person by your mistake keeps you in the past.
100%.
Keeps you locked in a purgatory of the past. And someone who can't forgive you for your past is someone who hasn't forgiven themselves for their past.
Correct.
You know, it again goes back to that like healing journey of it, because I think people need to give themselves a lot more grace. You made a mistake. Okay. You made multiple mistakes. Okay. I have no shame in like telling you the things that I've done, because I've shown accountability from, and I would never in my life do some of the things I've ever have done before in my
100%.
life. You know?
And like, here's the thing. You made mistakes. I get it. You're still living. Like, it just...
You got another opportunity.
Yeah.
You woke up. Like, you got to give yourself
And
grace.
if you know it was an issue, right? You did it. You know it was wrong. Don't do it again. Like, it's not... And I know I'm making it seem like not that serious, but it's like really not that serious, right?
Yeah, like if you hurt a person, you apologize, you show accountability for them, and you don't do it again to that person or anybody else.
100%.
And that is owning your mistake.
100%.
I also think that if you make a mistake and you have that like thought process of, wow, I made that mistake, you should already forgive that mistake and show accountability for it, because you've realized that wasn't okay. The people that are making these mistakes and not seeing it as a problem, they're the fucking problem.
Correct.
They're the ones that should be left. If they can't see that what they're doing is a problem, then those ones we don't hang out with.
100%. And like, or the people that are like, well, I did it because you did this to me. And it's like, okay, well, like, you can't change the other person's behavior. They're apologizing. Like, I, you're not taking accountability. You're not understanding the assignment, right?
Mhm.
Like, you are just useless right now, to be honest.
1,000%.
Like, useless.
Well, and those are all of our questions for today, sis.
Okay. Thank you for sending them over.
We appreciate your guys' feedback. And then we are going to start having guests come on,
Oh boy.
which we're super excited about.
Super excited.
So stay tuned for that.
Yep.
We appreciate everyone sending in the questions. This one was a longer one.
Yep.
But we appreciate all of the feedback. And like, subscribe, share, follow, sis_unfiltered_.
Nailed it.
I did, finally. And we appreciate your guys' love and support always. Have a good week.
See ya.